Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk with Kasim. Real Talk with Kasim is designed to bring information and concerns of our community to the forefront. We here at Real Talk with Kasim, we respect the opinions and we value our guests. We value our leadership. We value the comments. We here at Real Talk with Kasim do not entertain gossip, nor do we entertain disrespect. We humbly ask that we all remain respectful towards one another at all times. We at Real Talk with Kasim aspire to inspire before we expire. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace and blessings to you all. Peace and blessings to the almighty queens. Peace and blessings to the almighty kings. As usual, we must start off by thanking the Creator for allowing and blessing us with this special privilege, this special gift called life. And with that, we are truly grateful. We are truly grateful. With that being said, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome to Real Talk with Kasim.
Let's push things forward.
Hey, the show that aspires to inspire before we expire.
Let's push things forward.
Peace and blessings to everyone. Listen, it's cold outside. You know, if you're out there and you got the car pulled over, stay warm, dress warm, stay safe. Everyone, please wear your mask. You know, it's serious out here. It ain't no game. This thing is serious out here. It ain't no joke. Welcome, everyone, back to our first episode of Real Talk with Kasim in 2022. 2022. We want to send peace and blessings out there to everyone who may be in need of a blessing. We pray for you always. Listen, today is going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. We got individuals that we're going to call. We're going to open up the lines for everyone to call in. Today we want to talk about, we're going to talk about relationships. And this topic itself has literally been in transition for a long time because, you know, we always ask, or rather at times we ask you all, we say, well, what is it that you would like to, what specific topic you may like to talk about or something of that nature. And we got a heavy overload responses of relationships. As you all know that I am not a relationship counselor. I don't have no degree in one as far as schooling is concerned, but I've been in plenty of them. I'm in a relationship and I can give you my perspectives as well as you all. This is why I asked everyone to join in. I asked and selected individuals to call in, and also said to selected individuals that I would give them a call if permissible. Peace and blessings to the Queen, Sharon Womack. She's in here in the comments. Peace to my daughter, Kiansa Kiki, my heaven. He says, oh, hi, Dad. Peace and blessings to you, Queen. I want to start off by saying this. This is the question I would like to ask for all those who took the initiative, the time up out of your evening to tune in to Real Talk with Kasim. I want you to know that we do not take that lightly. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. The first question I would ask when we're talking about relationships is the first question that we posted on the flyer. And tonight's episode or tonight's broadcast will not be successful without your participation. So we humbly and respectfully ask that you all please participate, whether when we open up the line to call in or you can do it through your comments. So we humbly and respectfully ask that everyone please to join in with us. And before I start the question, I want to give a big shout out. I want to get this out the way in the beginning, and then we're going to do it later on. I have the package of what's going on from this company right here. Let me put up there so you can see. Called Sugar Mama All Natural. Sugar Mama's All Natural Lifestyle brand. Sugar Mama's All Natural. Sugar Mama's All Natural Lifestyle brand. See it? I'm going to cover my face so you can see it. And what happened is Sugar Mama which is located at 1302 Summerway, Atlanta, Georgia. 1302 Summerway, Atlanta, Georgia. Area code is 30350. That's 30350. And Sugar Mama actually custom made hoodies for us. I'll display one of them right now. This hoodie goes like this. Let me take this off my ear for a second, so you all can listen. See this? See the custom real talk. This is custom made from Sugar Mamas. It's on the hoodie. Custom made the real talk, and also the shirt. Let me see if you can get it and you can see a little bit of it. See, New Jersey made. See, New Jersey made. So I want to give a big shout out and support to Sugar Mamas all natural lifestyle brand. And for those who would like to reach out to them, their hoodies is custom made. This one costs $50. They have a different kind of merch, everything. They even deal with the natural products. You could go to Jared Gray's page. I'm gonna be wearing a lot. They gave us some hoodies, so I'm gonna be definitely they sponsor. I'm gonna put it like that. I'm gonna say they sponsor today's show. Sugar Mama's All Natural. I'm gonna say that they sponsor today's show because the husband and wife team of Sugar Mamas All Natural Lifestyle brand, like I said, they gave this hoodie for those who just tuning in. Let me show you again. They sent me this hoodie. They sent the hoodie for you to see. If you can see it, sorry. It says Real Kasim with the logo Real Talk. And the hood, I don't want it. And this one says right here. Oh wait, I'm gonna get on camera. It says Passaic inside of here, but they custom made them however you know what city you come from, and New Jersey made. If you can see that, Jersey made. So I wanted to make sure that I give that brother and sister a big shout out. Peace and blessings to the Queen, Roberta Herbert. Peace and blessings to Donna Spinelli. Peace and blessings to Claudia Hairston, my daughter Kashima, Nina the boys, Michelle Mickle, the Queen, Angela Shana. Peace and blessings to you, Cuzzo. So tonight I want to open up the thing now. And for those, if you're just tuning in,
information is free. It's what you do with it that costs. Read, study, and research. Peace.
Welcome to Real Talk with Kasim.
Let's push things forward.
Hey, the show that aspires to inspire before we expire.
Let's push things forward.
so if you just tuning in, welcome to Real Talk with Kasim. We are back on. It's the first episode of Real Talk with Kasim in the new year 2022. Everyone, please be safe and enjoy this year. And regardless of what it is that we're going through with this pandemic, please be safe. And it's mandatory. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. You got some people that's talking about they're upset because of them trying to more or less mandate mask wearing. They shouldn't even have to do that. It should be your own priority that you wear a mask to keep yourself safe. Because this new it's not new, but this COVID thing is going around serious. Because I noticed one thing, that when you contract COVID, even though they got this Omicron thing, they don't say you test positive for Omicron, they say you test positive for COVID. So just be safe. Everyone be safe. Be safe. There's a large amount of our youth that's coming in contact with this, and please be safe. Please be safe. Now, with that being said, we're talking about relationships today. And like I said, the only way that this is going to be successful is with the participation of you all. And in saying that, the first question that I'm going to ask, and the questions that I asked was more or less presented to me through my DM, and also they were prescribed in Messenger. I also want to let everyone know that we are also streaming live on YouTube. Real Talk with Kasim is now on YouTube under Real Talk with Kasim. There's another one that says Real Talk with Kasim Washington. That's not That's not the page. It's Real Talk with Kasim streaming on YouTube. We ask everyone to please go on there, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so whenever we come on, you'll be notified right away. And to let you know before we get into tonight's topic is that we also will be going outside live. So all of those who participated and sent in donations to help us get a new system, which we are on now, as you can see that even my visual, the visual is more clearer. You see me more clearer than it was before due to those who help participate through donations. At a later time, you will be recognized. I promise you, although some individuals didn't want to be known that they donated, but I'm going to make it my job to make sure that your just do be given to you accordingly. Yeah, Real Talk with Kasim. We thank you. We thank you. Thank you. You know who you are. And until we let the world know who you are, we're saying to you tonight, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. First question. The first question, when we talk about relationships, it can be taken from whatever your perspective or whatever it is that comes to your mind based upon the principles or the psychology of relationship. So the question that I have for everyone right now, the first question I have is, what is considered to be a healthy relationship? Because when this question is imposed or posed on individuals, everyone has a different definition or definement, and it goes into different conversations built on perspectives about a relationship. So this one question that I want to start off asking is, what is considered a healthy relationship? What is considered a healthy relationship? And I'm going to open up the phones now. I'm going to open up the phone now for those who want to call and give their perspective of what is a healthy relationship. The number is, can somebody please put this, Shima, could you put this number in the comments? The number is 973-905-1547. 973-905-1547. Peace and blessings. Oh, shit, we got a call. Peace and blessings to Shah from Shea Matt Cosmetics, in which we also support. We will be talking. Peace and blessings. Welcome to Real Talk with Kasim.
Yes, good evening. Peace and blessings to you, Brother Kasim. How are you?
I am doing awesome, just as you are. How you doing, Queen?
I'm doing wonderful. First, I just want to say thank you so much for establishing a platform like this, because to me it's inspirational, and I think that it's something that really needs some touching on in our Black community, in our families, because I feel like it's just needed, this platform, to help heal, because it's a lot of generational things that are broken in our families, and due to that is the reason why we have a lot of relationships that are not lasting. And the question that you just asked, as far as healthy relationships, I think the definition from my perspective of a healthy relationship, the basis of it to me, is two people, regardless of what you've been through in your past, two people that are able to build together with no secrets involved, okay, laying everything out on the table, just being able to talk to each other without the defensiveness, because just coming from, I'll give you an example. Like, I'm currently in a relationship. I've been with my partner for almost 3 years. It's a good relationship as a whole, but I feel like there's a lot of unchecked issues from the past that, not just with him, because sometimes we got to do, not sometimes, all the time, I think we need to do the self-evaluation thing, because once we start pointing the finger at our partner and we don't evaluate some things that we may have generationally rather, that needs checking, then it becomes, you're doing this and you did this to me, and this is the reason why I can't move forward here because this happened. Not realizing there's something that was laying dormant from our past that we don't even realize triggers us from just being with this person, something that they did that we didn't heal from, and now we got even more major issues.
Wow.
I just think a healthy relationship should be two people that are willing individually to work on themselves and realize, wow, this is something I need to work on within myself. That's what my partner and I are going through right now. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm giving him a little bit of his space. We didn't break up, but just give him his space to work on himself, because he realized, he even said it to me like, babe, you know what? I'm going to take some time to really think about some things I need to work on. The way I'm even talking choppy to you, not abusively, but just talking choppy. Maybe if I ask a question and maybe it's something he went through in his past with his ex and going through a toxic relationship that he never healed from, or something that I went through with my ex I didn't heal from. Now we hitting a brick wall because I'm trying to get you to just talk to me and understand where you're coming from, but we're not really understanding each other because the both of us still got some toxic stuff that needs some healing. And I just think a healthy relationship is two people trying to work on themselves individually and really try and work on it and talk to each other about the things and be honest about what you went through in your past and what hurt you and what you expect, and just move forward and try to do it in love and not get so defensive all the time. I think that's a problem with the Black people, always getting defensive. Oh, why you asking me this? I'm going here, I'm doing this. Why you? And it's just like, listen, I'm just trying to understand, if we're in a relationship together, we should be able to talk to each other without the choppiness and that unhealed toxic feeling of somebody's just trying to tell you what to do, or you didn't heal. It's just a lot. But if you I believe if you work on yourself individually and try to move forward together in love and sit down together, have a night where you sit down together and it's just the two of you just laying everything out on the table. If you feel like there's something that's not being understood, it's so much. I just, just giving from my perspective. I feel like that really can help, because we do have a lot of generational stuff, Brother Kasim, like from our families, like we're taught to be strong and don't say too much of this. I know my family was like that. Don't say too much right here. You need to, or you have, you're not able to really talk.
Right. But sister, like, first I applaud you for coming on and speaking and giving us the information based upon your perspective. But you touched on a lot of things, and I applaud you. I don't want to give no names out right now because I'm going to have you back. But I don't want nobody to call in and give your name, because often at times when we talk about relationships, and then you have certain individuals that's insecure about talking about their relationships, and it can cause problems. So we ask that anyone who calls in to please your name, leave it anonymous right now until a later date. But sister, you touched on one of the things plenty of things, but one of the things I think is amazing is because when we talk about baggage that we bring into other relationships, into relationships based upon our past relationships, it's amazing that you say that, and I applaud you, because often at times individuals do not even want to address or even admit that they have some baggage that they're bringing, that they have, and that's attached to them. And for some reason, we feel like we so know it all at times, and we could be the best mate, that we figure this all out, that we don't even want to admit at times that we have baggage. And it's true. Often at times we bring things over, because I remember when I was coming up out of a relationship, and there was individuals who wanted to talk to me, and they would come to me and we would speak, and they would do one little thing or say something that reminded me of some negative stuff I dealt with in my past relationship. And oh my God, I didn't even want, I tried to get away from them so quick, because I was holding everybody accountable to the things that I dealt with in my past that they had no idea of what it is that I dealt with, and they were innocent to it.
Yeah.
So I agree with that, but to literally, for your man to say, or for one of the partners to say, listen, babe, this is such and such is wrong, but I need to step back and get some time for myself to reconcile that, to atone to myself, and then move, and then come back and be stronger. And so that way we can move cohesively, and at the same time we can talk about anything, because I think that's key in a relationship, to talk about anything openly. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Brother Kasim.
Because like if we go into a relationship, this is just my perspective. If we go into a relationship and we are we cohesive. We come together as being one. We building and we working on some things. I don't feel that you supposed to come in with the, I'm hiding this, or I'm keeping this back. I'm hiding this. Everything's like you said should be put up out of the table. I mean, right out on the table, like Shah said, transparency, and at the same time, allow that person, instead of pushing them, allow that person to bring what it is that they want to the table. Because remember, if you don't have nothing to bring to the table, at least you can help set the table up.
Yes, absolutely.
So I like I said, I'm gonna reach out to you. I applaud you. Thank you so much for taking initiative to call in. It means so much because this show is not successful without individuals such as yourself. So, Queen, I applaud you. Thank you very much. And I'm gonna ask more questions. You can always call back in again if you want.
Yes, thank you so much, Brother Kasim.
Thank you, and you are appreciated. And I want you to know that.
Thank you so much, and I'm going to still be watching.
Peace, Queen. Thank you so much.
Peace, brother. Bye, Kasim.
Let's salute the Queen. Thank you for calling in. It means so much to us. It means so much to us. And the sister touched upon some wonderful, wonderful topics within inside the confinement of a relationship. Tanya Gray says healthy relationships should have a healthy communication and understanding our role in a relationship. Because that was the next question. Thank you, sister. We got the Queen Donna says honest communication and understanding. Peace and blessings, Pastor Mel. The Queen Michelle says honesty, respect, and true love, being truthful with your love, is a healthy relationship. Pastor Mel says soul ties must be loosed. Sharon B. Tina Matthews says transparency. Queen Alicia Carter says peace and blessings. Queen Kim Rosier says both parties involved in a relationship have to talk about expectations. So now, what do you feel is your role in a relationship? What is your role in a relationship? Often at times they say that the man, this is what I've heard coming up, that the man is supposed to be the provider and the woman is supposed to be the disciplinarian inside the relationship or the confinements of the home, they say. It's not whether I agree with it or disagree with it. This is some of the things that was said and taught as I was coming up. That it's a man's job to get out there and work, bring the money home to the wife, let the wife take care of all the bills and pay for the food and everything to cook. And also she can be the disciplinarian, but at certain times when the disciplinarian aspect is being manipulated by the children and the father steps in and he becomes the sole disciplinarian. How do you feel about that? What do you feel that your role is? Or is there even a role that you're supposed to play as an individual within inside the unified relationship? Or are you just supposed to be as the man, the cocky one, or as the woman, the passive one? Tell me, what do you think? Kimberly Rosier, the Queen, says both parties involved. Oh, we said that one already. Angela P. Shots, she says roles should change according to what your partner needs. Roles should change according to what your partner needs. And Kim says we can both provide, but he has to be the protector. He has to be the protector, but we both can provide. And the Queen Tanya says, I believe the man is the head of the household and the woman should follow his lead. This is good that the sister said that, because I want to know, how do you all feel about that? Is the man, or from your perspective, within inside the confinement of your relationship, pardon me, I'm with the camera, of your relationship, is that actual, should the man be considered the head of the household, pardon me, I'm with the camera, should be considered the head of the household and the woman should follow his lead? How do you all feel about that? Sister Queen says, I believe the man is the head of the household and the woman should follow his lead. The woman should follow his lead. And I said to everyone, if you can, you could call in 973-905-1547. That's 973-905-1547. And I said I was going to reach out to an individual and let me call them right now, see if I can catch them before they go to work. Pardon me. But you also can call in. You also can call in as well. What is your role in a relationship?
Hello.
Peace and blessings, my brother. This is Real Talk with Kasim. How you feeling, King?
I'm good. What's up, champ? How
I
you
know,
feel?
hey, brother. I know. I said I'm gonna catch you before. I know you was knocked out. You got to go to work. But listen, brother, I want to get you in real quick. Often at times when we talk about relationships, because this is what we talk about on the show tonight. We're talking about relationships. And, you know, often at times we have individuals that when we talk about relationships, and particularly when they come on a show such as this, often at times they make it appear to be like as if it's all sweet. We had this one sister that came on, that called in, man, and she was a powerful sister. She talked about bringing baggage into the relationship, giving one space to rectify their position. She talked about transparency and communication. You know, she talked about the ability to discern what's right and wrong in a relationship. So, beloved, what is your perspective of a relationship? I'm asking you. And one sister said, and let me put this up, let me put it back up so you can see. She says that she believed that the man is the head of this. Is Sister the Queen Tanya Gray says, I believe the man is the head of the household and the woman should follow his lead. First of all, what do you feel is your role in your relationship? Matter of fact, you married, beloved. So what is your role as a husband in your relationship?
Oh man, king, man, king. But you know, I like to take the role of being ahead. You know, but you know, I trust my wife's input also. You know, we're a team. But you know, I like to handle everything. You know, I like to, you know, give me the ball. I want it. I want it 1 second on the clock. So, you know, I handle everything though. But relationship to me means, you know, speaking for me, you know, I came with a lot of baggage into a relationship with my wife when I first met her.
Mm.
You know, so you know, it took me a long time to really get rid of that baggage, and I thank her a lot for sticking by me through all my baggage. See, one thing about me and me and my wife, that we communicate. I talk to her. We talk. And being that, you know, some people might think she's naive because of the age difference. She's far from that. She got more game than I got, I think. You know what I'm saying? If I think, you know, we just talk, man. We talk a lot, man. Me and my wife, we talk. And we talk. I listen to her. She listens to me. And, you know, we just talk. You know, one thing about her, if she asks me something, did I ever deal with a girl if I did this, I tell her the truth because I don't want nobody else telling my truth. So I tell her, we talk. Go from there, man. That's how, you know, we've been together now. We've been together since 06. So it's like 16 years going on. We've been married going on 9 years in September.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Beloved, before you take it down, one thing I want to ask you, beloved. How important do you feel, because you talked about it in the Queen Zenaida, Torres Hayward says communication is the key in a relationship. What's a relationship without communication?
Oh, it's nothing, man.
Can't exist.
Can't exist, man. You know what I mean? You can't. Come on, man. It's like two two blind people, y'all just walking past each other, man, missing each other.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Communication is everything. Man. Like, I'll give you a prime example, man. The other day, me and my wife was in the room. We was folding clothes. We was just talking because she watched a lot of Fatal Attraction. She watched those For My Man and all that. She be watching that. So we came. We was talking. So I said to her, I said, the women in the past, like, you know, I have a reputation of being a dog, or he messed with a lot of women and all this stuff, right? The baggage, right? But I told my wife, I said, the girls in the past, right, that I dated, I said, when I meet someone, I always give them a clean slate, knowing that I know their baggage, right? And she said, "What you mean by that?" I said, I give we start 0-0, score 0-0, you know. So it's not until I see their infidelity, the slick stuff they try to do to me, until that's when I, in turn, become that dog. Okay, now you bit me, and you can't tell me how hard to bite you back. Meaning, like, you know, I'm a nosy type of guy. I'm gonna give you a prime example before I go. I was dating this girl, right? And she left me in her house. So I'm a snooper. So I went into her phone bill. And when I went into her phone bill, I'm like, she talking to this, I don't know who it was at the time, but I see she like talking to this number every day for like 120 minutes, this and that. So I said to her one day out the blue, I said, yo, who you be talking to on this number for like all this minutes and stuff? She was like, oh, that's my girl from Virginia. We be just trying to catch up. You know, I went to college with her. I was like, oh yeah? I said, yeah. So again, I told you I'm a snooper. I went and matched the number from the phone bill to her phone, her telephone book. At the time, it was no cell phones. Like back in like 91, like 91, 92. So I went and matched her phone or book to the phone bill. It was a guy number, right? His name was Gary. I remember it. I said, damn, well, I'm matching numbers. So I took the phone book and the phone bill and brought it in the kitchen and put it on the table. I said, yeah, so your girlfriend named Gary, huh? Turned out to be, right? Turned out to be Gary was a college boyfriend. Right? So, okay. You and Gary staying in touch, huh? Cool. So from that point on, it's off to the races. So after all that, she's like, oh, I love you. Why you dogging me? Shit, you started first. Shit, fair exchange ain't no robbery. You know what I mean? And so, well, I was telling my wife that story. I was just telling her the story, like, we laughing. And she knew who, because I got a baby by the girl. I ended up having a baby by the girl, so she knew who I was talking about. So, but they called me a dog, though. Yeah. But if she would have came clean, like me and Gary, because it was at the beginning of our relationship, you know what I mean. Right. She's like, I still keep in contact with Gary. All right, cool. Here in Virginia, I mean, we in Jersey. All right, cool. I know you ain't going to Virginia no time. You ain't been to Virginia, so you know what I'm saying. So right. I know you ain't been to Virginia. You ain't been nowhere, but by you lying, because I've learned if you start a relationship off with a lie, it's gonna end in one.
Right.
It's gonna end in one.
So it's always good to be upfront.
Always good to be upfront because, again, we from Passaic, man, a small town where everybody basically know not everything about, but you like, you know, because sometimes we all date in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I mean by that, you know, I might have messed with her, you might have messed with, you know, and you know, you might know certain things that I know, you know, it's information. You know,
Right.
You know what I mean? So again, like I said, when I first met my wife, I mean, people, you know, her aunt, you know, she had older aunts. So it's crazy. God bless Crystal. So when Crystal found out that Tiff was dating me, she almost burnt somebody's head. She was doing somebody's head. She said, oh no, that man. But you know, Tiff just hung in there, man. She hung in there, and I love her for that, man. She hung in there, and she got, like I told you, Kyle, she got more game than me. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave, man. I'm gonna go back to sleep. But check this out. The other day, I said, "Good morning, Tiff." I work nights. She said, "Good morning," but when she said good morning, she sent me a picture of a Facebook post that commented on somebody under a girl picture, right?
Uh-huh.
And the picture was 25 weeks ago. That's how long she held it, right? She said, "Don't make me smack you," because all I put was under the picture hearts. I like the picture. I put hearts, and just said I lit light and put red hearts. So Tiff said, "Don't make me smack you," right? But get what I'm just saying though. The picture was 25 weeks ago.
Right.
She held it that long. So she got more game than me. She just don't. She's not dramatized. She don't always our house is not filled with arguments about the past or anything. We'll talk about it and we'll let it go. She won't bring it up. She won't, you know, if she asks me a question, did you ever have sex with this girl? Have you ever been with this girl? I tell her the truth because I don't want the streets telling her the truth. You know what I mean? And that's one thing we do. We keep the streets out of our relationship. You know what I mean? They don't dictate our house because we don't want Monroe. We don't want our house to be a dysfunctional home where as though my kids hear other women's names in our house. And because Monroe is very attentive, she'd be like, "Who is that? What do you mean?" You know what I mean? Because growing up, you know what I mean, as a kid, I heard that. You know what I'm saying? So I try we do. Don't do that. You know what I mean? We talk in private.
Right.
Nah. So that's what I said. Communication is a must, man.
Yo,
very
beloved,
important.
I thank you, man, for answering the phone and giving your perspective, man. It's much appreciated, beloved. Have a great night, and we'll speak again. Thank you, beloved.
All
Appreciate
right,
you, King.
All right. Peace. All right.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to you all.
The show that aspires to inspire before we expire.
Let's push things forward.
Real Talk with Kasim tonight is talking about relationships. We are talking about relationships. And you can call in if you want, 973-905-1547. That's 973-905-1547. You could call in and give your perspective. There's individuals who I said that I told them that I would call them. So I'm gonna call. I got two more people. You could call in if you want. I gave them my word. I was gonna call them, and I'm gonna call and get that out the way. And then I want you all. We're gonna go back to these comments. We're gonna go back to these comments, but I want you all to give me your perspective on a relationship. Peace and blessings, beloved.
Hello.
Peace and blessings, King. How you feeling, beloved?
I'm good. What's going on,
Yo,
brother?
my man said, yo, what's hello? Hey, yo, beloved, I'm letting you know right now, like I told you, but you on live, you on Real Talk with Kasim.
Man.
I told you I was going to. Hey, beloved, don't give your name, though. We don't want you to give no names out, beloved. Now, let me ask you, say peace to your wife, too, man. Tell the wife I said peace, beloved.
I'll do that.
All right, listen. How long have you been married, brother?
23, I think. 23 years.
23 years. And congratulations, beloved. Congratulations.
Thanks,
Beloved, let me ask you a question. And you yourself and I spoke upon this, right? When we look at individuals For those who calling in, give me a moment because I'm on the phone now with a good brother. I'm on the phone. So if anything, I will call you back, or you could call back as soon as I get off the phone with the brother that's on the phone now. We got a king on the phone that's been married for 23 years. It's going to give us his perspective based on something done with relationship. My question to you, my brother, is this. Now, we don't understand that back in the day, you know, a lot of women, and, you know, we had our share of women, like the women had their share of men. But let me ask you this. Out of all the women that you were dealing with, beloved, let me ask you this question. Why her, like your wife? Why out of all, why her? What made her stand out amongst all the other women? You said, you know what, I'm gonna marry this one. Why? What caused that, beloved? From your perspective, you know, like.
Well, I think it's a combination of things: readiness, timing, and knowing if they're a good person. You know, because everybody confront, but you could tell a good person when you see a good person. You know, and that was, I mean, that was a tip off. And then, you know, other things ensued over time, and here we are. You know,
right.
Yeah.
But what did she do to sweep you off your feet, man? Because she swept you good.
Be herself. You know, some people just have a genuine aspect about themselves that is hard to disguise. You know, she just was genuine. Wasn't nothing fake about her. She was truly, genuinely herself at all times around everybody. You know, so it's hard to find that. You know,
right?
And that attracted me to her more than anything. You know. Besides the beauty, of course.
Right.
You know,
now, beloved, what you know, have your relationship been all sweet? 23 years, has it been all sweet like the Cosby Show?
That's impossible. You know, anybody looking for that is need to read a book, a storybook, a fictional book. It's just not possible. You know, you're gonna have your bumps and bruises, ups and downs. And, you know, your strength and your love is going to put you through it one way or the other, you know.
The strength and love is going to pull you through the obstacles in which you face or that you deal with inside confinement of your relationship.
Absolutely. You know, and that's where genuinity plays a major role, you know. So when you do go through things and differences, you know, the real you got to come front forward, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and no getting around that. And you just know, you know. I mean, it's hard to tell. You know, everybody's different. You know, you just know. You know. Yeah.
Now, beloved, one more question, and we'll let you go. In the comments we have, it was talked about the man being the head of the household, and how do you feel about that? Because let me give you an example. It says one sister said, the Queen's Anita Torres Haywood, Peace Queen. She says, I believe that the man is the head of the household and women should follow him. How do you feel about that?
In my case, I think we do it together. No disrespect to everybody else's opinion.
Right.
We do it together. I can't discount her contribution. You know, I think it's a little old play to say the man runs the house, and nevertheless, the man always has to protect the house. You know, that's never gonna that part of the game never gonna change. You know,
right.
Nevertheless, we run this together, side by side, not one in front of the other.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And you know, it's amazing that you say that because, and another sister, the Queen Kim, talked about the man being a protector as well. But you know, my thing to this is when it is talked about the man being a protector of the family is this. Often at times, the man is the warrior. The man is being protected. He has to be the warrior. So often at times, the warrior is neglected until the enemy comes to the front door.
Right. Sometimes that's a possibility.
Right.
Like I said, everybody's story different.
Right.
But you know, there's times when they are the protectors because they sometimes protect us from ourselves. You know, we may make bad decisions as men,
right?
And they might give you something else to think about before you make a bonehead move, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. And
so,
you, like you said, the love and strength helps you more or less navigate through all the rhetoric.
Potential
Yes.
issues, problems, and things
Right.
that you're gonna go through, the mistakes you're gonna make, the ups and downs, financially, emotionally, all of that.
Right. Right.
The genuinity and the strength that's gonna oversee all of that.
I love
Yeah.
it. Thank you, brother, for taking the initiative to answer the phone and answer the questions, man. We appreciate you.
Man,
I thank you very much. And brother, I will speak to you tomorrow, as you know that.
anytime, my brother. You know that.
That's my day one right there, beloved. I appreciate you, man. Peace,
All right,
King.
brother. Peace. Good night,
All
man.
right. I want to thank the brother. I want to thank the brother for taking the initiative to respond. There was two individuals who called while we was on. I'm going to call the first one back. Ask that their name be anonymous. The queen says, brother, I agree totally.
Hello.
Peace and blessing. This is Real Talk with Kasim. Someone was trying to call in.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
All right, and yourself. Peace, sister. Peace, queen. How you doing?
I'm fine, and yourself?
All right, everything is going accordingly. I want to hear your perspective. Talk to me, sister.
Well, I had made a comment in reference to the man being the head of household, and following the woman following. So what I meant by that is like him taking the lead in the home. You know, we can reciprocate together by paying the bills. But what I mean by taking the lead is just being a man. Because sometimes when we're in a relationship, we'll stand toe to toe with our significant other. You know, I'm not saying bowing down to that individual, but we'll stand toe to toe like, oh, you can't tell me nothing. You know, I'm Miss Independent. So that's where a lot of conflict come in at when we don't listen, because we feel as though because I work, you work, I pay the bill, you pay the bill, I don't have to listen to you. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
When I say take the lead, I mean, you know, he out there, he working, he paying the bills. I mean, like you said, back in the day, a real man who takes the lead, I know we in 2022, but back then, our grandmothers and our mothers, they stayed home. They stayed home, they cooked, they took care of the kids. The man went out there, my grandfather, you know, my father, they paid all the bills. You know, my mom ain't have to pay the bills, you know, and even when she worked, she still didn't have to pay the bill. The only thing she had to do was just pay her car insurance.
Right.
You know, so, you know, and maybe because that's the down South Carolina men, but I'm just saying, and they knew, you know, I'm just saying, and they knew, you know, if my grandfather was talking, you know, my grandmother didn't interrupt him like, no, wait a minute, you know, it's not like she was a slave or she bowed down to him, but she allowed him to speak and he allowed her to speak. And then they came to a mutual agreement.
So they knew their positions.
They knew their position. I'm going to just say they knew their role as a woman.
That's right.
You know, like I said, some women will stand toe to toe with a man. You know, oh, go get out. You know, I could pay my own bills. I don't need you. You know, in actuality, this is just my opinion. You know, I'm not going to say I need a man. I mean, to help me to pay my bills or anything like that, but I need a man to help build structure in my home. You understand what I'm saying? To help build structure.
That's right.
You know, I thought I could do it by myself. Oh, I don't need no man to help me raise my son, but I can't identify, you know, with a lot of things that my son was going through, or, you know, things he wanted to talk about, you know.
Right.
Miss Independent. But yes, I do need a man to help build that structure. And we could do things 50-50, you know what I mean? But I would appreciate him doing more than me because he's the head of the household and he's leading the home. So he's out there, he's paying the bills, and then you know, and he's protecting the home, and I'm gonna do the same for him too. So it's just basically reciprocating the same thing, but he's just taking more of a lead as being the man of the home, because I don't want to be going working 2 and 3 jobs, right? And I got a man, but I'm working 2 and 3 jobs. That don't sit right with me.
Right. I understand that perspective, sister. Yes, and I thank you I really thank you for calling in. That energy you got just woke me up a little bit more, you know. But sister, while I have you on the phone, let me get your perspective about this. I call you 5 times. One time out of the 5 times I call you, you don't even answer the phone.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 other times I call you, when you answer, the first thing you say is, "I'll call you right back." 3 times out of them 4 times when you tell me you're gonna call me back, I gotta call you because you don't even call back. How am I, as a man, how do I feel about that? How am I supposed to feel about that?
Well, if you know me, being your woman or your significant other, I'm quite sure that's not the first time you called me them many times. So I could either be at work, busy, handling business. So if I don't call you back, that's either because I'm at work or I'm out shopping and hey, let me call you back. But it doesn't mean anything negative if you know me, being your significant other. Right. Because like I said, that's not the first time you don't call me 4 or 5 times and I ain't picking up the phone.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this. What if you have a history of doing it all the time to the point that now I have to address you about it because it's becoming, it's coming to the point to me that I'm feeling neglected? Then what would your rebuttal be if I tell you I'm neglected about you doing that?
I'm going to improve. I mean,
there you go.
I am going to improve. I mean, if I'm constantly doing that and you bringing it to my attention because that's something that you don't like, I'm going to improve. Okay, so now I'm going to try to answer the call. Hey, and then I'm going to explain to you if I'm busy. Hey, you know what? I'm at work. I'm dealing with a customer or I'm dealing with a client. I'm going to call you back, but I'm going to make it my business to call you back.
There you go. Sister, I thank you very much for taking the time up out of your evening to come on, answer the phone, and give your perspectives. It is so much needed, and we thank you so much that I want you to stay in tune because next Tuesday, we're going to have another show, and it's not going to be based on relationship. I'm not even going to tell what it is yet, but I need you to tune in with us.
Oh, I'm gonna be tuning in, and I'm gonna be tuning in right now.
All right, sister. Like I said, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Queen, for calling in. I really, truly appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, Queen. Right. Peace and blessings to all those who took the initiative, man, to call in, or those who answered the phone. Let me get to the comments. Where you want me to get to my bro? There you go. Under the name Derek Donaldson, my brother say assalamu alaikum, bro. I say wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah wa barakatuh. How you doing, beloved? I'll be calling you tomorrow because me and my bro right there is talking about getting some land, buying some land. And anyway, that's another conversation dealing with real estate. And we got a brother coming up on the show. But I'll give you a call, inshallah. Brother Michael Thompson says if we ask 200 people their views on relationships, we'll get 200 different answers. One thing for any relationship has to continue to evolve or it becomes stale. The Queen Marianne Joyce died. Peace and blessings, Queen says the respect level is different now. And that's true. That is so true. And in fact, when you talk about the respect level being different, why does it seem to me that you could be in a relationship? I'm talking about as a man. You be in a relationship with a woman. The woman knows the type of embracement that you have for her. You go to work, even days when you feel like, you know what, I don't even want to go to work. I'm going to take off this day because you have the time to take off. But you say, you know what, I'm going to keep going. I want to show my child or my children about work ethics. I want them to know that daddy goes to work in order for them to be able to have the necessities or the things that it is that they have. Because everything ain't a necessity. Some things are just based on wants. And at the same time, it seems and appears to be like that father goes through so much. Not all of them, but at times we fathers go through stuff of disrespectment in the home that I feel at times we shouldn't deal with. Because if that woman was dealing with the man who don't have a job, who's not doing nothing but bringing money home here and there, more or less getting more from the woman than they are bringing it. The men who don't do nothing or uphold their responsibilities get treated like kings. And a lot of times the men who doing everything that they supposed to be doing as men get treated like garbage. Brother David Durham, peace and blessings, King, says, respecting each other's boundaries and not model your relationship after anyone else's model. Model your relationship the way it works for the two of you and stop the 50-50 and go hard 100-100. I'm going to read that again, brother. The brother says, respecting each other's boundaries are not model. Pardon me. Respecting each other's boundaries and not model your relationship after anyone else's. Model your relationship the way it works for the two of you and stop the 50-50 and go hard 100-100. Peace and blessings to that bro. Peace and blessings to the bro. Kimberly says, okay, Cuzzo, I got to make one more call, and then I'm going to call Mel back. I got to make one call. Told the individual that I was going to call. Let me see if the individual is not busy. The sister, the queen, has a business, and she might be busy. Let me see. But I want you to still bring your comments in and tell me your perspective of relationship. We have a few minutes left in our conclusion to the show. We have a few minutes left. Peace and blessings, beloved. How you feeling, Queen? Peace, beloved. There's a technical difficulty on that end, so out of respect, let me call Mel back. She'd probably think that I was ignoring her. I wasn't. I wanted her to come in during the time of us going out.
Hello?
Peace and blessings, beloved. I know you thought I forgot about you, but I didn't. Come on, talk to me, sister. Come on.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, yourself. Peace, cuzzo.
I was tuning in and listening, and when you talked about baggage, in a relationship, as I have been in some, I have come into relationship with baggage, not knowing that I was carrying baggage. And so when you have that baggage, it's due to the hurts, the pains, the wounds, the ups, the downs, and all the things that have gone forward. And then when a woman has a high perspective or has certain issues, especially when there's been some manners of rejection, whether it be from a mother or if it be from a father. And so when they have rejection, they kind of look for what they had looked for in the parent, in that man or in that woman. And so that creates a level of baggage because you're already coming into with a hurt and with a hurt and a pain. And so we got to make sure that we come into these relationships. And that I'm not meaning as in only in a relationship as far as a man and a woman, any type of relationship that you have. Because if you've been hurt, you've been hurt. There's a wound. And a lot of times we operate out of the wound. And when we operate out of the wound, there's already a damage. It can't go but so far. And so when you have been in a marriage or coming into when a woman being with a man, and when we go according to scripture, when we go according to what God says and how he lined it up and said that the man was the first that was created, and then the woman was created out of the rib of the man. And so, and the woman is supposed to be the help meet, and to help and meet the need. And so that doesn't mean that the man is the slave. No. And it doesn't mean that the woman is the slave. In my perspective, that we do come to a middle point and that we help one another. Because what happens when that man gets sick? Who got to take the head then? What happens when the woman gets sick? The man has to take the full lead. And so it should be a balance, I find, when you in a relationship.
Let me ask you this, Kazo. Can a relationship work when two people are headstrong in a relationship?
Nope.
And why you say no, if I may ask?
Because you both, nobody has an opportunity if they fall. And if both are, what happens if, because you headstrong, you got to have your way. We got to see things your way, and your way is the way. And then if the woman is headstrong, everything, she's headstrong about what she sees, how she sees it, what she feels, the way she wants it to go. And if both of you are headstrong, it could be okay with both of you being headstrong, as long as you can come to a balance and come to a manner to where both of you can come to a manner of agreement without with somebody walking away mad, or an argument, or a fight. Both could be headstrong, but know their boundary. Know your boundary in your relationship. A lot of times, and I heard someone else say about the old school, about how our grandmamas did and how our fathers did. One thing I do notice in marriages nowadays, they're not in longevity. They going for a couple of years and then they in a divorce. That's because they didn't get rid of certain things, and because they had some issues, and the woman was so used to being the man, being the head, being the sole winner, being the one that had to go out and work the 3, 4, 5 jobs, trying to strive just to make it. And so when they get a man that is saying, you don't have to do that because I understand my role. But the woman is headstrong. If I had to do this all my life. I watch, and then you got some generational stuff that's going on. My mama did it, my dad, you know what I'm saying? It goes on. That's why it's so important for us to really go through a manner of healing before we get into a relationship. We need to make sure that we have good understanding, good communication, and that we understand as a role as a man to a woman and a woman to a man, there's a level of submission on both ends.
Sister, cousin, pastor, minister, I thank you. I thank you for giving your perspective, your information. I thank you. The Sister Tanya Gray says she is talking right.
Yeah, I can't even see, but it's to be. I speak from I'm not speaking from a book knowledge. I'm speaking from life.
That's right.
I'm speaking from my own ups, downs, mistakes, having, trying to find love in all the wrong places, but not understanding the rejections that I was operating out of. And I didn't understand that till a certain age. So I had to go through some healing, because a lot of us will try to figure out, God, why do we keep getting in all these relationships and they only go but so far, or they're familiar?
The Sister Angela Shauna says, is she available for counseling? That's what you do, don't you? Ain't it?
I counsel all the time just for that perspective, because and I'm going to say this, and please, I pray they hear me when I say this. Deliverance is key to a successful life, because you don't want to operate out of damage, because it's unfair to the person that you come in contact with. You won't fully understand them, and they can't understand you because they don't see the real you. They see the superficial wounded you.
Listen, I want to do a part 2 to this relationship thing, because this I want to call this the opener. Now, I don't know what your schedule is like next Tuesday, man, but will you be willing to come on at 8:00? I'm going to bring you on the screen with a couple of other spiritual leaders, because I want to talk about relationships from a spiritual perspective, or for those in spiritual positions, because it's therapeutic and it can be helpful. Like when the sister cousin Shauna said about counseling, we all are in need of counseling in one way or another.
And there's nothing wrong with it, because you want to be healthy. To be mentally healthy is a part of your spiritual growth. If your mind is not healthy, how can you have a healthy relationship? It will be dysfunctional until you get to the point where you can function. And when do you get to that point?
Right.
Yes, I'm available Tuesday.
All right. So everyone, if you're tuned in, this is the opening to relationships. And then we're going to call it the counseling and closing next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, we will be speaking on relationships, the counseling / closing of this segment next Tuesday, where I will be reaching out. We have one already, which is Pastor Melanie Gleaves. You can go on the page too. Melanie is always giving some insight on her page, information, and she's a fighter for getting them demons up out of you. She's a prayer warrior. Just everyone, if you can, please take the time to go on her page. Is Pastor Melanie Gleaves. Go right on her page on Facebook. You got an Instagram page, Mel, or not yet?
Instagram is there. Instagram is under Melanie Gleaves, or it's underneath the radio station, which is Glory Songs Radio, Transformation TV. And I think on the page, or when I get off with you, to reach out for counseling and stuff like that, they can reach out to me through the inbox on Messenger, and I'll try to get back and to you and so on and so forth. And I do sit with people and have an ear to hear, and I just say this, that I have to operate by truth, and a lot of times people don't want the truth. We have to deal with what's the root cause of why are you keep getting into cycles. So to break the cycle, so you can have a healthy lifestyle and relationships. This is why next Tuesday, everyone, at 8 p.m., I'll be putting a poster up sometime. Not tomorrow, because I have to reach out to selected individuals. Tomorrow evening, God willing, and we're gonna have Part two to relationships. It will be called the opening / counseling and closing of relationships. This is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. So everyone, please tune in. Mel, thank you very much. We love you. We appreciate you. And and Mel, send me a picture that could go on the flyer for next Tuesday. Please send it to me away, so we got all week to promote it. All right? Okay. All right. All right. I love you. Have a good night. Love you too. God bless, Queen. Bye-bye. God bless. And it's all in here. The Queen Kathy says, key is you have to love yourself first. Then you won't allow anyone to be in your circle that doesn't contribute to your happiness. Say it one more again. Key is you have to love yourself first. Then you won't allow anyone to be in your circle that doesn't contribute to your happiness. Tanya Gray, the Queen, says, I will be there Tuesday. Robin says, boy, I love my family, and we love you too. Cousin Oshana said, next week, 2 hours. She said 2 hours. Now you something else. The Queen, Marian Joyce Dye, says, when you submit to God or the higher power itself, pardon me, when you submit to God or the higher power, life itself falls into alignment. I'm going to say that again. The Queen, Marian Joyce Dye, says, when you submit to God or the higher power, life itself falls into alignment. Now we are exactly 9 minutes and 25 seconds over the time. I try not to do that any longer. I try to stay within the time frame. But I told the sister I will be calling her, and I see she's here. So let me reach out, and that will be the final call that we make. And everyone, please tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Real Talk with Kasim. It'll be the second part of relationships. It's be called counseling / the closing of the relationships. Segments of Real Talk with Kasim. Let me reach out to the sister. I gave her my word that I would call. Let me real quick. Let me see if sister answer the phone. If she's not busy, then we're gonna take it from there. This will be the last call.
if the sister ain't shy. If she ain't shy.
Hello?
Peace and blessings, Queen. How you doing, beloved, Ro?
I'm doing good.
Now, Ro, this is Real Talk with Kasim. I have a question. I told you, I gave you my word, I will be calling you. So we're going to let you be the last person to speak on the show tonight. I want to ask you a question, Ro. The question I'd have to ask you is when you're involved in a relationship between, a man and woman or whatever it is, let me ask this question. The question I have to ask you is, how do you more or less do not engage with too many people getting in your business? Oh, did my phone hang up or? Let me see. Did I hang up?
Hello?
Yeah, my bad. I don't know if it was me who hung up or bro, real quick. You got a minute, Rosie?
My
right.
connection is like bad right now.
All right, real quick.
I'm hang in there. I'm hang in there.
real quick, bro. The question I ask you is this. How important is it to not let everybody know about what's going on in your relationship?
Oh, it is very important because I was married for 15 years and now I'm divorced.
Oh.
But I was so good to my husband when I was married. I just retired and I worked 2 jobs and I was going to school and I got my degree. And before I went to work, I cooked. I made sure I cooked in the morning and then I worked long hours and then I went to school. But it's like sometimes and I know he was a good man, but he just got so dependent on me, spoiling him. And it's just the communication all of a sudden just wasn't there. And the thing about it, and I love him, and as today we are still friends. But it's just the communication. There's and he'll tell you today that he messed up. He's like, I lost a good woman and a good friend and a good partner. And if I could marry her again, I would do it. But if he would change, I would take him back. But he's trying. And the funny part about it, he lives right down the street from me.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Do you see a chance in rekindling your relationship?
I don't know. He just needs he has to, but like this, he has to grow up to be a man instead of being a boy. And I just got tired of seeing with my husband instead of having a son. That's how I felt. But now he see and he understands because working 2 jobs and going to school, and I have my degree, and I will come home and I'm tired. And then he would work, and then he'll come home. He talking about where's the food and so and this and that. But sometimes I didn't cook because I'm exhausted. Sometimes can you do that? And then, during that time, my daughter, I put my daughter to school, and and she was going through stuff. She got married, and I'm trying to talk to her, counsel her. But as a single, because that's not her father passed away, and as a single mom, I've been a mentor to young girls, and I was a mentor to my daughter. And now the woman that she's grown up to be, the young lady, she's a teacher, and I'm proud of her. And she has a master's, and she said she's probably going to continue to go to school, get a PhD. But I just look at myself. I'm like, I did what I had to do as a mom, and then as a wife, because I brought him into her life, and it's the communication and relationship is so important. That is so important, and then especially when you love someone and you love your family,
but then you just get tired.
Mm.
And I'm a grandmother also.
That's
I
right.
have a grandson.
That's right.
And my daughter's 30-some years old, and she got married, and she's divorced. But I didn't tell her to get a divorce. She tried to work it out with the counseling and everything, but she has. And I told her, you have that relationship with, he's a good dad. Keep that relationship with him, and that's what she do. I don't try to be negative to nobody. I just try because I have been through it, and for working 26 years, I pat myself on the back because I retired and I pray every morning. Every morning I pray.
Bro, I want to thank you for answering your phone, giving your information, and I truly appreciate you. And I'm humbly and respectfully asking that you please tune in next Tuesday.
And I want to say I'm so proud of you.
Bro, thank you so much, bro.
The man that you grew up. I've been knowing you since you was a little skinny thing. But ever since you are a blessing, and you grew up to be a beautiful young man.
Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And give the family my love. I appreciate you so much.
Will.
And make sure you tune in next Tuesday.
I will.
It's gonna be right. All right.
I will.
Thank
I will.
you so
I
much, bro. I appreciate you,
welcome.
Queen. Thank you.
Okay, love you now.
Love you as well.
Okay.
Peace, Queen.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes. Peace and blessings to you all for taking the time out. Come on and listen to Real Talk with Kasim. Please, I'm humbly asking, and we'll say that question, which is right here. How important is it to keep people out of your relationship for next week? With that being said, thank you so much for taking this time out to listen to Real Talk with Kasim. I also want to say this to you all, that this pandemic, in which we call a pandemic, is serious and it's so real. There are people every day that is getting sick and diagnosed with this COVID. I'm humbly and respectfully asking everyone to wear your mask when you are in the company of others, to wash your hands, keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe. And remember, if nobody told you that they love you today, then let us be the first to tell you that we love you. Pardon me, here at Real Talk with Kasim. And we have a song in which we close out. It's a catchy song that we close out, and it's called Wash Your Hands. It comes to us via Al Tariq Hanna, who's the CEO of A Squad Rebel Radio out there in Newark, New Jersey. And we end our show with it, and it goes like this. And remember, everyone, peace, light, love, and liberation. Brother Michael Thompson, peace and blessings, King. Peace and blessings to you, my brother. Peace and blessings to you, King. Thank you for tuning in, bro. I appreciate you, man. And it's a catchy song that we play on our way out as a means to keep you in tune with washing your hands. But when the song is called Wash Your Hands, but at the same time, it's not just about washing your hands. It's about washing your consciousness, washing your views and your sights, washing the inside of your being to get rid of a lot of that toxic stuff that's within us, because everyone has a little bit of toxicity within inside them. So when we talk about wash your hands, it's symbolic, or it sends a subliminal message to us all as a means to get rid of and wash away the ills within inside us, whether it's mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Please be safe, and please, when we put a poster out, like I respect everyone who took the initiative to share the post, share the flyer. We will be put one out tomorrow evening. We humbly ask everyone to put one out. The Queen Valletta Payne, peace and blessings to our elder sister here. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings to you all. And Sister Queen Evelyn Robinson wanted to come on the show, but she had some she had a prior engagement. So I want to send a shout out to that queen as well. And the song goes like this. And remember, Peace, Light, Love, and Liberation, Real Talk with Kasim comes on Tuesdays from 8 to 9 p.m. Peace, Light, Love, and Liberation.
1, 2,
3. Wash your hands. It just takes 20 seconds. Wash your hands. It's for your own protection. No exceptions, no objections. You'll make such a nice impression. No infection if you only wash your hands. and you're done. Scrub it up, dub, 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 and you're done. Scrub it up, dub, dub, dub. Now you're done. Scrub it up, dub, dub, dub. All done. Scrub it up, scrub it up. All my people say, scrub it up, dub, dub, dub. To the left, scrub it up, dub, dub, dub. To the right, scrub it up, dub, dub, dub. Okay, scrub it up one more time. Wash your hands, your hands. It just takes 20 seconds. Wash your hands, your hands. It's for your own protection. No exceptions, no objections. You'll make such a nice impression. No infection if you only wash your hands. And you're done.